The name Luigi Mangione became infamous in late 2024, not as a celebrity or a business tycoon, but as the central figure in a case that would dominate national headlines for months. Practically overnight, Mangione's name was splashed across every major news outlet, his face instantly recognizable to millions. The story was as sensational as it was tragic, and the public's fascination only grew as new details emerged. Mangione, a 27-year-old Ivy League graduate, had once been celebrated for his academic achievements and promising future. Friends and professors described him as quiet, driven, and intensely private. No one could have predicted that he would soon be accused of a shocking crime that would shatter his reputation and upend his life. On December 4th, Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthcare, was fatally shot in broad daylight on a busy New York City street, a murder that sent shockwaves through both the corporate and medical worlds. The brazen nature of the attack, carried out in one of the city's busiest districts, left investigators and the public reeling. Investigators quickly focused on Mangione, whose privileged upbringing and elite education seemed at odds with the brutality of the crime. The contrast between his background and the violence of the act only deepened the mystery, fueling endless speculation in the media. His dramatic arrest in rural Pennsylvania, followed by a high-profile extradition to New York, marked the beginning of a legal saga that would grip the nation. Cameras captured every moment, from his arrival in handcuffs to the first court appearance, as the world watched the story unfold. The public struggled to reconcile the image of a quiet, educated man with the charges of second-degree murder. Social media buzzed with theories, and armchair detectives dissected every detail, searching for answers that seemed just out of reach. The crime was audacious, public, and appeared meticulously planned, leading many to wonder about Mangione's true motives. Was this a calculated act of revenge, or was there something deeper at play? Theories abounded, but facts remained scarce. Allegations soon surfaced, suggesting a personal vendetta against the healthcare system, adding new layers of intrigue and controversy. Some speculated that Mangione's actions were fueled by a sense of injustice, while others saw only a senseless act of violence. Now, nearly a year later, Mangione remains incarcerated, awaiting trial. His life, once filled with academic promise and opportunity, has been transformed by the harsh reality of a federal detention center. Each day behind bars marks a stark contrast to the world he once knew. But inside those walls, a new chapter has begun, one that reveals a very different side of the man behind the headlines. Away from the cameras and the courtroom, Mangione faces the consequences of his alleged actions, and the world waits to see what will happen next. His journey from anonymity to infamy is only the beginning of this extraordinary story, a story that continues to captivate and confound everyone who follows it. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn stands as a fortress of concrete and steel, a world away from the comforts of ordinary life. For Mangione, whose days were once filled with luxury and privilege, this place was a jarring new reality, a stark contrast to everything he had ever known. Inside these walls, survival is not just about physical safety, but about understanding the unspoken rules and navigating a rigid, often unforgiving social hierarchy. Mangione was thrust into general population, his face instantly recognizable due to the high-profile nature of his case, making him a subject of curiosity and suspicion. Newcomers like him are especially vulnerable. Unfamiliar with routines, they become easy targets for manipulation, intimidation, or worse. Every action is scrutinized, not just by the ever-watchful guards, but by fellow inmates, who judge status based on background, reputation, and even the alleged crimes that brought someone here. For Mangione, the transition was a true test of resilience. His intellect and privilege, once assets, now held a different, sometimes dangerous, value in this new world. The monotony of daily routines, the bland and unappetizing food, and the crushing isolation are all designed to break spirits. Mangione quickly realized he would have to adapt or risk being broken himself. Over time, he learned to function within this hostile system, finding small ways to survive and even to contribute, whether by helping others or simply keeping his head down. In this crucible of adversity, the foundation for Mangione's unlikely transformation was quietly being laid, shaping him in ways he never could have imagined. Mangione's new life behind bars was just beginning, and soon it would take an unexpected and dramatic turn. Inside MDC, Mangione didn't just survive, he became known as the ambassador. In a place where most people kept to themselves, he stood out for his willingness to help others, even when it meant putting himself at risk. Over 10 months, he earned respect by guiding terrified new inmates through the bewildering routines of jail life. He was often the first face they saw, offering a steady hand and a few words of encouragement when everything felt overwhelming. He explained how to line up for meals, making sure no one accidentally cut the line, a mistake that could spark conflict. He showed them how to sign up for phone time, a lifeline to the outside world that was fiercely guarded and often confusing for newcomers. He taught them how to order from the commissary, crucial knowledge for avoiding trouble and getting basic comforts that made life inside a little more bearable. His calm, articulate manner reassured newcomers, helping them navigate the social dynamics and avoid pitfalls that could lead to isolation or danger. Defense attorneys describe him as a steadying presence, offering both practical advice and emotional support to those who needed it most. Mangione's transformation from high-profile defendant to respected mentor is remarkable. He became someone others looked up to, a rare figure who could bridge divides between different groups. He used his intelligence and composure to create a pocket of order in a chaotic environment, often stepping in to mediate disputes or calm tensions before they escalated. By helping others, he secured his own safety and status, building a network of trust and mutual respect that protected him from harm. The ambassador role became his way to adapt and find purpose behind bars, giving him a sense of meaning in a place designed to strip it away. In a world defined by fear, Mangione became a source of stability, showing that even in the harshest conditions, leadership and compassion could still thrive. Mangione's alleged crime, the murder of a powerful CEO, instantly set him apart in jail. In the social hierarchy of MDC, notoriety is a form of currency, conferring respect and caution from others. His case dominated headlines, making him a known figure to inmates and staff alike. This recognition shielded him from being overlooked or victimized. The nature of his alleged act, striking at a symbol of power, resonated with many inside. His infamy gave his words weight, making his guidance to newcomers more influential. The ambassador role was built on this foundation of high-profile status. Mangione's case provided a platform for influence, allowing him to build relationships and exert positive change. His dark celebrity became a paradoxical asset behind bars. Mangione's influence was further cemented by his access to financial resources. With a well-funded commissary account, he could buy extra food, snacks, and necessities, luxuries in jail. Sharing commissary items built alliances and fostered loyalty among inmates. Generosity became a powerful currency, allowing him to create a network of support. He could trade items for services or privileges, shaping his environment and improving his quality of life. This economic power elevated him from just another inmate to a key player in the unit's informal economy. The combination of notoriety and wealth created a synergy that reinforced his ambassador role. He could back up his advice with practical acts of kindness, further cementing his status. Mangione became not just the famous defendant, but the one who could provide for others. This blend of status and substance made him central to life at MDC. Mangione's power inside MDC was amplified by a robust support system outside. Over $1 million raised for his legal defense signaled he wasn't forgotten. Supporters gathered at court hearings, some dressed as Nintendo's Luigi, keeping his case in the spotlight. This visible backing sent a message to inmates and staff. Mangione had powerful allies. For Mangione, this support was a crucial morale boost, helping him endure incarceration. For others, it reinforced his status as a significant figure, not just another forgotten inmate. The external validation completed the trifecta of his influence: status, wealth, and public support. Mangione's story became a symbol, his authority inside reflecting a broader narrative outside. Legal professionals describe Mangione as a model prisoner, disciplined, rule-abiding, and respected by staff. In 10 months, he's received no disciplinary write-ups, a rare achievement in MDC. He avoids contraband and trouble, earning trust from guards and smoother interactions. Defense attorneys confirm his positive reputation, lending credibility to his ambassador status. This conduct is strategically sound, helping build a character profile for his defense. While it doesn't determine guilt or innocence, It paints him as disciplined and nonviolent. Mangione's behavior inside could become an intangible asset as his case moves forward. His influence is no accident. It's the result of calculated, consistent choices. Mangione's case became a media spectacle, shaping public perception and fueling debate. He's a polarizing figure, seen by some as a vigilante hero, by others as a cold-blooded killer. Supporters view him as a symbol of resistance against corporate greed, amplified by online communities and public demonstrations. Critics see the support as dangerous glorification of violence, focusing on the brutal nature of the crime. The media amplifies both narratives, making Mangione a recognizable, almost iconic figure. Every court appearance and detail of his jail life becomes news fodder. The public divide is stark, with Mangione embodying one of the most debated criminal cases in recent memory. He's no longer just a defendant, he's a public spectacle at the center of a national conversation. Mangione's story is a case study in how identity, wealth, and notoriety become new currency behind bars. He's an anomaly, transforming from quiet academic to jailhouse ambassador, reshaping his environment. High-profile inmates like Mangione enter with social capital, setting them apart from the average prisoner. Media scrutiny and financial backing create a stratified experience of incarceration, challenging the idea that prison is the great equalizer. Public reaction to Mangione reveals deep societal fissures. He's become a symbol of anger and powerlessness toward institutions. The debate around him is less about the man and more about what he represents. As he awaits trial, Mangione remains a man of contradictions, accused killer, model prisoner, folk hero. His tenure as ambassador is a testament to the unpredictable ways people adapt to extreme circumstances.